Okay, I can laugh about this now because I was crying earlier. I got my schedule for November and it was right in the middle of me like thinking about writing this newsletter, and it was all about burnout and how we can get exhausted, how we need to take care of ourselves, and really comparing like corporate America to the corporation of the Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay, so in the middle of that is when I got my schedule, and I realized when I looked at it that they have me scheduled for Thanksgiving. What the heck? Oh my gosh. I was a little bit beside myself. I was like sulking today at my desk for probably longer than 2 hours. I was crying. Like I even had a little teardrop fall onto the desk. I was so sad. and I'm like, but why? Why would I be so sad? Like I went like my whole life for celebrating Thanksgiving and working and being the person at work that's like, oh, don't worry, I'll take that shift. Like, I don't celebrate, so you just go have fun with your family or whatever. That's what I would say. But now thinking, oh yeah, maybe I can't have a Thanksgiving. Well, I don't know why that is so painful for me. But anyways, I started to write down a few thoughts because I love that you all are giving me feedback about how, me journaling has really inspired you to journal. And I think there's something about it. And I called it like smearing your brain all over the paper, or your heart sometimes. Like I've written to where it's like teardrops on the paper, Yeah, a lot comes out on paper. So what I learned this method in coach training school, and you guys tell me if you want to learn this, like I could teach it to you. But when I learned this, I keep saying like it changed my life, but there's all those little tiny things that like move you in a little like urge, like just a little tweak, But learning this was huge for me. So I was looking at like what is the actual circumstance going on here? Okay, yeah, there's Thanksgiving, so that's the circumstance, and I have to work on Thanksgiving. And so what was I thinking at that time? I was thinking like, I've already lost out on so much. Like, can I just have Thanksgiving? Like, oh my gosh, like I don't know. Do you guys feel like that too? Do you feel that way? I mean, I just remember having that really overwhelming urgency come over me when it went off in my head one day, like, oh wait, there's no paradise. Oh my gosh, that means like I have to do everything now in this lifetime. Like that feeling was, I just remember like so big, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to like live like now. And ever since that's come over me, and I think I was definitely in my 40s, 40, 43, and now I'm 49. Like it's been my intention to really live life bigger. Like try more things, don't hold back. Like when you really have like, oh, I'd really like to do that, but I don't want to look silly, or something like that. Like just do it, because I feel like that's really getting you closer to who you are. Anyways, yeah, I've missed out on so much. That was my thinking. And what did that help me to do today? It helped me feel sad, because then I was like reminiscing like, oh, I've missed out on, and then I was like feeling like a victim. And that's what I said. What did you do when you felt sad? It was like, I cried, I ruminated on it, like, oh, why me? And then I also, what I didn't do is like, I didn't think any bigger. And my boyfriend and I were talking tonight, like I called him after work, and it's like, well, he's a very outside the box thinker. I'm like, well, maybe we could do this, or maybe we could do that, or maybe this, or have you thought about that? And it's like, I think that was really good for me, because I was just so dead set on like, it should be this way. because it's been that way. But that's not even life. Life doesn't even go that way. And I know that. I don't know why I'm so stuck on that. Ugh. But really what I came up with is that I'm really, I said, you're missing out on not being attached to anything. Like, not being attached to it turning out a certain way, it could be a gift, right? Like, I'm really missing out on just like not seeing it any differently. And I'll tell you what, I love it when I start shaking my feet. I'll tell you what, it really lit a fire under me today. Because, you know, I've talked about my career before, but I don't feel inspired, you know. And maybe, I don't know, maybe some people like that, if that's missing, it's not a big deal to them. But to me, I don't know, I'm just such a, I've wanted to find my purpose, you know. I want to figure out like what is the fullness of me, like what is the highest expression of me, because I never even got to consider that growing up. Like, what do I like? Like, I don't know. I just never really thought about it too much, you know. And so now it's pretty cool to be able to just find out who I am and where I want to go and what I want to do. And what I'm realizing is corporate America, like, I feel like it's just it's like sucking the life from me. I really do feel that way. Yeah, I don't feel inspired. It feels like when I go to work, even though it's kind of easy, I feel like it's exhausting, you know? Like, I'm so exhausted, and what did I do? Not much. Not much, because I just have to make sure people are doing what they're supposed to do. And so I think I like to have the creativity to really to build things, to imagine things. Like, I think I'm an artist. I am an artist by nature, and I like creating things. I think that I'm more of a creator, and that's what I'm learning about myself. And so I cannot look at this like, oh, I've missed out on so much. Oh, I'm gonna miss out on so much. No, because I've been fine. I didn't celebrate Thanksgiving for a long time, and which is really cool, because now I can like, oh yeah, I could do it this way. I could do it that way. I could do it the next day. You know, there's like a lot more options if I just expand my mind. So, yeah, I actually did film myself earlier, because I was like crying after work. And then I looked at the video, I'm like, this is so depressing. No, we're not doing this today. Because I wasn't I was like, yeah, we should work through a feeling. I'm like, not today. You know, it took me a little bit because I needed to talk it out, and I needed to write it out, because now it's like, oh yeah, this is the coaching that I do, and I do it on myself, and that's how I can, you know, solve a problem. Like, I don't always think that I have the answer, but when I write things down, you know, and I ask myself, oh, is that true, that you've already missed out on so much? You know, I've already missed out on so much. Like, I'm gonna miss out on, you know, it's not true. That's not true. Like, what is true is, like, I'm really missing out right now because I'm not expanding my mind, but I am now, because I see it on paper. So that's my video. I love this like checking in daily thing, but I'm getting kind of used to it. I'm not sure. Sometimes it's in the car, sometimes it's home, and yeah, thanks for being here with me. I really appreciate you, and there'll be more stories to come. So bye everyone.